So here in the state of Georgia and across the nation, quite frankly, there's a concerted effort being undertaken by Republicans to create the scenario to have a case go all the way to the Supreme Court that will ultimately undo Roe versus Wade. I'm sure David has covered this and it's all over the news, so you already know what's going on. But there's been an interesting twist in this story. Prosecutors in Georgia, as well as Missouri and in Utah, have stated that they will not prosecute women underneath this law, according to BusinessInsider.com. And also Alabama, of all states. There is a prosecutor in the state of Alabama who's also said that they will not prosecute any women under these laws. I want to read a quote from the article. Chris Hopper, Director of Public Affairs for the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, told 11 Alive News that the DA, quote, has no intention of ever prosecuting a woman under this new law. While Gwinnett County's District Attorney Danny Porter said this office will not be prosecuting any women under the law under the new law as long as I'm district attorney. Now, Gwinnett and Fulton counties are counties right here in the state of Georgia, and apparently, I believe Cobb County, DeKalb County, as well as Cobb County, has also said that they will not be prosecuting anyone underneath these laws. Now, I find it fascinating. We often forget that district attorneys have discretion and they can execute that discretion. That becomes a very interesting topic when you think about all the other things they choose to prosecute people for. But we'll take our wins how we can get them. I think it's a fascinating and a very significant way for people to resist. Like, this is actual resistance. This is using your power, using your position to affect change against laws that you see that are unconstitutional, for one, and laws that are really meant to be implemented in the most draconian fashion imaginable. I want to read one more quote from the article. It says, quote, there is no language outlined in HB 481, that's the law here in Georgia, explicitly prohibiting a district attorney from bringing criminal charges against anyone and everyone involved in obtaining and performing what is otherwise currently a legal medical procedure as decided by the United States Supreme Court opinion and precedent. This is according to DeKalb County District Attorney Sherry Boston. This is what she said in a statement. This is very important and very significant because there's not many things that can be done in these states when these states are controlled by a Republican majority in their state house and their state senate, and you have a Republican in power. This is literally the last line of defense for a woman's right to choose. And, you know, setting the particulars of this story aside and getting more into the strategy at hand, right? This has always been the strategy of the Republican Party since 1973, since Roe versus Wade was decided on by the Supreme Court. Republicans have put, and conservatives more specifically, have put a plan and a strategy in motion. I mean, think about that. That's a 46-year plan that they have set in motion, because I don't know how many people point this out, but Alabama, Georgia, particularly, they have had Republican majorities in their state house, state senate, and in their and a Republican in the governor's seat to sign their legislation. They've had those majorities for some time, right? It's been probably generations, a solid generation or two since there's been a Democrat in power in the state of Georgia and Alabama. And more specifically, the specific party name doesn't matter as much as the ideology, but there has probably never been in a good generation, two or three, a progressive or a liberal in power in these states. And the reason I bring that up is significant because you see that they waited until 2019. They waited to this specific moment to implement this strategy. Why? That's because Donald Trump has made a conservative majority on the bench. This has always been about waiting until they could strike and strike the most effectively. They're getting this into a situation. They're creating a scenario where this case has to go to the Supreme Court. And there was no other time before right now that they could have gotten a decision in their favor. And so now they believe that with the appointment of Brett Kavanaugh, that they will be able to overturn Roe versus Wade. This is so significant significant to understand and understand clearly because Republicans play the long game. They've been waiting on this and working on this for almost 46 years. And now their opportunity has come and they're seizing upon it. That's why you're seeing state after state after state pass some of these laws. And right now, the last line of defense, the only thing that's going to keep women from getting prosecuted or doctors from being prosecuted for performing abortions, the only thing that's going to stop a woman's choice to get an abortion at all really are these prosecutors who are coming out and saying that they will not prosecute anyone underneath this law. The real question now becomes how long will these particular prosecutors maintain their seats once it becomes clear to the public that they are going to actually do this. That remains to be seen.
If you love learning new things, you probably want to check this out. The David Pakman Show today is sponsored by Skillshare, and we're giving you 2 entire months of free access to Skillshare when you click the link underneath this video. Skillshare is a vibrant online learning community offering more than 25,000 video classes on just about anything you can think of. Get better at playing an instrument, learn to use Photoshop, how to edit videos. They have classes on drawing, painting, business, cooking, nutrition, personal productivity, and I'm not even really scratching the surface. I recently took a great class on introductory watercolor painting. I'm still not good, but I am learning, and you can access the entire library of fun, easy to use online courses for free for 2 months by using the link underneath this video. 2 months of learning something that's totally new to you, something you want to get better at, something you already love, or you can get ahead in your career by learning new skills that will help you at your job. I've gotten a ton out of it. Pat has taken some courses that he's found really valuable, and I think you'll love it too. Get started for free by clicking the link under this video.